enjoyed this video of our visit to Great Sand Dunes National Park, if you get a chance to go, I highly recommend it because it is such a cool and unique place. Before I wrap up the video, I thought I'd pass on a few pieces of advice to make your visit as enjoyable as possible. Tip number 1, bring lots of sun protection. We brought long sleeve shirts, sunscreen, hats, and sunglasses. There's no shade out on the dunes, so you'll want to come prepared. One family we saw even had a beach umbrella, which we thought was genius. Tip number 2, pack plenty of snacks and water. The hike back from the dunes to the parking lot is tough and it's a lot farther than it looks. Trust me when I say you will not want to make the trek back. Also, there's not much around the park itself, so keep that in mind when planning your meals before or after your visit. Tip number 3, because the park is far away from cities and the light pollution that comes with it, you may consider camping so that you can do some stargazing at night. The park is open 24 hours a day and I can only imagine how spectacular it would be. Tip number 4, you can rent sandboards and sleds just outside of the park. We brought a plastic sled from home and saw others with pieces of cardboard trying to get down the dunes, but I highly recommend going with the rentals because none of us with these alternative options had much success. Side note, we rented our sandboard from Great Sand Dunes Oasis, which is just outside the park entrance. This is the most convenient location to rent by far, and our sandboard was $20 for the day. Tip number 5, leave your dogs at home. We did bring our dogs, but it was a lot more challenging than we anticipated for our pit bull mix Angel. She was so worried about us and other visitors who were going down the dunes and tried to go into Lassie mode several times to quote unquote save us. And we did get there early, but by the time we left, the sand was extremely hot. The last clip that you saw of her in the sled where we're pulling her out of the park was out of necessity. The sand was way too hot for her to walk on. During the summer, the daytime temperature of the sand can reach 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Tip number 6, wear sandals. When we first arrived, we saw some guys in the parking lot taking off their hiking boots and emptying out a ton of sand onto the ground. Sandals work best for us and we were able to use the sandboard barefoot. Tip number 7, depending on the time of year you go, you may need bug spray. At certain times of the year, the Medano Creek runs at the base of the dunes and mosquitoes love to make their homes there. Tip number 8, this may sound really obvious, but sand will get everywhere. We decided to plan our trip so that our visit to the dunes was the last stop for us on our way home, and by the time we got home, we were both very, very ready for a shower. And even with lots of scrubbing, we still found sand in our ears days later. So just be warned and be prepared. Bonus tip, Zapata Falls is nearby. It's just outside of the park entrance on the southeast side. After a great workout of hiking around the dunes, you can make the half-mile hike to see the waterfalls. I have heard that you'll want to bring maybe some water shoes though, because to get to the falls, you do have to hike through the water. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and would like to see other videos like this, please subscribe, and if you don't mind, give it a like. Thank you so much.